Hi, my name is Daniel Aguila, and this is my personal narrative speech. Have you ever gone on a family vacation for 2 months only, and then out of nowhere, it gets extended for 9 months? Sounds like a crazy question, but this has happened to me not very long ago. My family and I were planning a trip to Guatemala in November. We left on January 8th and arrived the next day. My mom's side of the family lives in Guatemala, and we visit them every 2 years. Plus, my dad needed to go to Guatemala for school. I have 6 uncles, 5 aunts, and 11 cousins, so there's never a dull moment in the house. We had tons of fun and did a lot of fun things like going to the beach. Eventually, during our stay, my dad had to go back home because he had work, homework, and he needed to take care of our dogs. Not long after my dad left, my mom wasn't feeling so good, and she was in pain. She decided to go to the hospital, and it turns out she had rocks in her gallbladder, so that meant that she needed to get surgery to remove them. After my mom got surgery, she needed to recover, so we couldn't travel because she was in a bad condition. We needed to help her get up from bed, help her to the bathroom, and other daily stuff. She fully recovered in March, but at the end of the month, they closed the country because of COVID-19, so we couldn't travel anywhere and got stuck in Guatemala. The good thing was we were with my family, so it was pretty great. And the bad news was we didn't know when they were going to reopen the airports. My sister and I found it hard to do school because the internet went out sometimes. But other than that, our stay wasn't that bad. At one point, I did get homesick because I missed my dad, my dogs, and the rest of my family and friends. Even though the struggle, we were doing alright. They shut down a lot of places in Guatemala during the pandemic, so most of the time, my family stayed at home. At some point, my dad was talking to my mom, and they were talking about getting a new puppy. Of course, my mom didn't like the idea because we already had 3 lazy dogs at home. But my dad insisted that we get 2 French bulldogs and breed them. My mom changed her no to a "I will think about it" because French bulldogs sell for a lot of money. Afterwards, my dad bought a female French bulldog from my mom's cousin in Guatemala because they were cheaper in Guatemala. A US dollar equals to 7 quetzales in Guatemala, which is a lot of money. My sister named her Tinkerbell because she had a little bell on her collar. And so we have another member of the family. In September, I was reading the news and found out that the airports were going to reopen on September 18th. I was excited because we were going home with a new puppy, but I was also sad because that meant we had to say goodbye to my family. My dad bought the tickets and we all had the documents for Tinkerbell, so she could come with us. After we got everything ready and finished packing and said goodbye to my family, we headed to the airport, took our luggage, and said goodbye to my uncles who drove us to the airport. We boarded the plane with all our luggage, and Tinkerbell was with my mom. During the entire flight, Tinkerbell was really quiet. She didn't bark or whine at all, and that was great. We took a plane from Guatemala to LA, and then we were going to take a plane from LA to Boise. Everything went well, and we got back home safe and sound with a new puppy. I couldn't be happier to see my dad and my family.